People in the fever, we're like, y'all.
That's my point. There's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't want to be here. This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to come to Indiana? Sheryl Swoopes might have said that, but Kelsey Mitchell just set the record straight and made Swoopes' comment look out of touch. In her first interview since training camp began, Mitchell didn't hold back, calling out what she sees as flat-out lies and dropping a truth bomb that's got people rethinking that old narrative.
For us, with the new atmosphere, new coaching, everything is just absolutely new. It feels really good. It feels fresh. It's kind of like when you take your clothes out the dryer, kind of like fresh. It just feels different, and it feels good because we have new leadership, we got new players, we got vet leadership, and so I think all that combined just makes it good.
This interview blows the lid off everything Sheryl Swoopes got wrong about the Fever, from her claims that veterans are avoiding Indiana, to the suggestion that Kelsey Mitchell isn't happy, to doubting the dominance of Indiana and Caitlin Clark. But the footage tells a whole different story. Watch as Mitchell, Clark, and Coach Christie Sides, not White, methodically shut down every false narrative that's been circulating, straight from Swoopes. If you stand with the Fever, drop a comment below. Ready to see the truth? Let's go. Would you like this in a more dramatic or a more journalistic tone?
This time last year, it didn't feel good. So we have to get that in order first in order for people to start playing well. It's like a domino effect. But I think once your culture is kind of established, how you guys see it now, I think it makes everything else way easier. I don't know if that makes sense.
Let's set the record straight on Kelsey Mitchell and the Indiana Fever. When Sheryl Swoopes claimed on her Queens of the Court podcast that Mitchell felt unhappy and unappreciated in Indiana, she painted a picture of a divided team that veterans were steering clear of. But Mitchell's recent interview tells a completely different story, one filled with energy, unity, and real excitement about what's ahead.
Personally, here's where I think they did do a very good job, and that was with Kelsey Mitchell, who's an unrestricted free agent, because Kelsey Mitchell had a hell of a season this season, and I don't think she got the credit that she deserved.
The first thing that stands out when Kelsey Mitchell speaks is her undeniable energy. Her eyes light up, her smile is genuine, and there's a spark that simply can't be faked. When she talks about the upcoming season, she doesn't rely on canned responses or safe, scripted lines. Instead, she leans in with full focus, her passion pouring through the screen. It's clear she's all.
I think the best part right now is everyone wants to be here. Now it's really downplayed. It sounds cliche, but it's nothing like being where you want it and everybody feels value in order to go have a good training camp, have a good preseason, so you can have a good first game when the season starts. But I think right now it's just that good feeling of everybody feel like, hey, I want to be here in order to compete. So that's just the first thing.
I think the best part right now is everyone wants to be here, Mitchell says with conviction, directly challenging Swoopes' claims of discontent. This isn't polished PR talk, it's real. You can hear the sincerity in her voice. She goes on to explain how that collective buy-in fuels a culture of accountability, where teammates push each other to get better every single day. That's not someone who feels overlooked or ready to leave. It's someone who believes in what.
Oh man, I have nothing but great things to say about Stephanie. From the time I was in China playing, and her trying to get me back here, and the leadership that she took to make sure I felt welcome and felt safe coming back and playing under her. She's done an unbelievable job with all of us one by one and making sure we all feel different but in a good way.
What really stands out is Mitchell's focus on the team's fresh start. She speaks with genuine enthusiasm about the new energy surrounding the Fever, highlighting the leadership changes that have breathed new life into the organization. Her excitement hits a high point as she describes how these shifts have fostered a more positive, future-focused culture, one that feels different and better than ever before.
And I think once you establish the respect in the room, the environment is always is value with that. I think those days that are tough that you do have to give grace for, there's respect behind it. We don't expect perfection right now, but we do expect discipline and we expect hard work. So if we could cultivate that and then give ourselves some grace when it's time to go win games, I think we will.
When the topic shifts to the veterans now with the fever, like Dana Evans and Natasha Howard, Mitchell's face lights up. She speaks passionately about the impact these seasoned players have had, bringing a winning mindset and invaluable experience to every practice. Having veterans who want to be here and are willing to share their knowledge changes everything, she says, clearly and confidently. It's a statement that directly undercuts Swoopes' claim that veteran players are steering clear of Indiana.
Yeah, I think that your DBs, your Sophie's, and even like Sid, it's like a wild card because they want and they know it on different levels. I think Sid Paulson was maybe started on the bench and had to go get minutes, and she won a championship. And then it was the same with Natasha Howard, it's the same with DB. So we get a different leadership of vets that came. It's going to teach us how to win. So it's pretty cool.
Just watch Mitchell's body language throughout the interview. Does she look like someone who feels unappreciated? Not even close. She speaks about her teammates with animated gestures, often breaking into unfiltered, genuine smiles. There's a natural ease and confidence in the way she carries herself, a quiet assurance that reflects her true connection to the team. If anything, her demeanor says loud and clear, she's right where she wants.
I think that mix of leadership that we have from your DBs, so Tasha Howard and Sid, it's going to help ease things out based on the people that's coming around to see us. But I also think that it do help us. Let me say this. Before we got here a month ago, we were all coming in. We come from our respective homes to establish that already. So I think that 5, we've established that like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It might have been open run, it might have been working out, but we've already kickstarted how we want to play in here so we can do here.
Mitchell's take on building a winning culture is especially revealing. She stresses that success isn't simply about stacking talent, it's about developing real chemistry that shows up on the court. We're learning to play together, to understand each other's strengths, she says. That's how you build something sustainable. These aren't the comments of a frustrated or disengaged player. They're the measured, thoughtful words of someone deeply committed to the team's long-term vision. Perhaps the biggest blow to Swoopes' narrative is that Mitchell made the clear decision to return to the Indiana Fever. Actions often speak louder than speculation, and Mitchell's choice to stay says more than any outside commentary. When asked about playing with Caitlin Clark, Mitchell doesn't express the resentment or tension that Swoopes suggested. Instead, she emphasizes mutual respect and complementary strengths, noting that their contrasting playing styles open up new opportunities for the entire team on the court.